Hello to all my internationally trained nurses in Canada, especially if you live in the Paris provinces of Canada. This video is for you. Please do not go away in a hurry. If you are in Canada, in the Paris area, when I say the Paris area, they consist of the Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and Alberta. If you're an internationally trained nurse here and you have been having a problem trying to register as a nurse in Canada, I know of people who have stayed here in Canada. They've lived here as an internationally trained nurse in Canada and they have not been able to register. If this is you, stay tuned and hang in there. Let's discuss. There's opportunity. My name is Precious. I'm a registered nurse in Canada as an internationally trained nurse who migrated from my country of originality to Canada. It was really difficult for me to go to integrate into the Canadian health system. Why was it difficult? Is it because nursing is different from the way it's done in my country of originality, Nigeria? Or is it the rigorous registration process? What made it difficult? For me, it was the rigorous registration system. Everybody got trained as nurses in their countries of originality. People come here, they migrate as nurses, but when you get to Canada, the process is not as easy as most countries. The reason why, we don't know. So the process is huge and the wait time is so lengthy. So because of this reason, a lot of people have decided to seek greener pastures in countries like America, Australia, UK, and other countries. And so that is actually bringing down the nursing shortage. Is increasing, is dipping in every day, and every day by day it's getting difficult, it's getting worse. Why is this? There are tons and tons of people who are here as internationally trained nurses. They came in with the ambition, they came in with the aspiration, they came in with a dream, to become a nurse in Canada. And I'll tell you, a lot of these people, their dream has gone down the drain because of this difficult process, because they can't go through it. Because a lot of people, some people, going through the WES is a long time, a lot of things. The process is rigorous. I'll give you an example. Before now, what they usually would do is you go to your province of origin, like the province where you want to be registered with. For example, if I want to register with the College of Nursing of Ontario, it used to be like I would just go straight to the College of Nursing of Ontario. Then I'll put in my credentials, I'll fill the application form, then put in my credentials, and they do the evaluation process. And if I'm eligible, they tell me I'm eligible. If I'm not eligible, I'll be required to write or to go to school and do like bridging course, which was okay because there are cultural differences. There are other differences apart from you being a nurse. There are certain things that you need to really know as an internationally trained nurse in Canada. So that being said, the process in 2015 went from going to your choice of school, of college. For example, if you want to register with the College of Nursing of Ontario, like I stated earlier on, you can't do that anymore. You will have to go through NANS. And NANS will do your verification. When this whole thing started, what they said was that NANS was going to be a central body that will kind of control and supersede every other colleges. But what people are saying lately is that you go through NANS. NANS, we want you to assess your WES. You assess your credential with WES. If you want to know the terminology, all this terminology I'm using, I have a video that dealt elaborately on WES and the credential assessment. But you have to put in your application through WES, and that costs a lot of money as an internationally trained nurse coming from some countries, you know, currency versus Canadian dollars, right? So now you come from such countries and you are required to pay for WES, and after applying to WES, you make your payments. Then after making your payment, then the next thing is this: you now have to send your forms to your employers, which sometimes they don't even want you to leave. You know, then after that, you have to send to your College of Nursing, which is okay because any person or everybody can say, I'm a trained nurse, so they need to verify that aspect of it. But the process that WES take can be 3 months to 6 months to 1 year. It depends on when your school or your employer respond to them, and it depends on their workload, right? So now let's just imagine, let's assume you go through WES and you spend 6 months there. That's depend on how things work. You spend 6 months there with them, and then once you are done with WES, then they'll send it to the college, to NAMS. You now apply to NAMS, right? When you now apply to NAMS, then NAMS is going to do your evaluation and say maybe whether you are eligible or not eligible, whether you are going to end up as an LPN or RON. Still, this terminology, they are all in one of my other videos. So then once you wait, and sometimes NANS can take another 6 months to 1 year, right? So then you are at the mercy of NANS, waiting for NANS to make that decision. So once they make the decision letter you make now, they've made, that is given to you, they give it to you to take to the college of your choice. You will expect that because the central body has decided, has done your verification, the college of whatsoever college you should be going to should just give you a pass. But honestly, that's not the case here. Some of these colleges will also subject you to make some requests. So then the question is, what exactly is NANS doing? What is NANS function? Weren't they supposed to be like the central body that will make the final decision and say, yeah, we've done this verification, we've done the verification of nurse ABC, and this person is cleared to go. So then, once you do that, depending on their decision, you are now either told to go and write your NCLEX, which is another ballgame. You write the NCLEX, and if you pass your NCLEX, fine. If you don't pass your NCLEX, some provinces give you just 3 trials, and some provinces is indefinite, like unlimited trials. So, having said that, there is good news, kind of. The Paris provinces in Canada, they are calling all internationally trained nurses that reside in the Paris areas. When I say the Paris, that is, these provinces consist of Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Alberta. So if you live in any of these provinces and you are an internationally trained nurse who is having problem registering as a nurse, who has now been relegated, a lot of people can't do the fighting anymore. They just ended up as CCA, that's continuous care assistant, or some in Ontario personal support worker. Like for goodness sake, people that came here with aspiration to help out, to work as nurses, They can't even go through the process. The process is so difficult. For them to be able to register as nurses is so difficult. That's. So if you live in these 3 provinces, you live in Saskatchewan, you live in Manitoba, you live in Alberta, the College of Nurses, the General College of Nurses, the Canadian Federation of Nurses, Canadian Federation of Nurses. I'm looking at it so that I'll tell you everything. The Canadian Federation of Nurses is the body that controls the entire nurses in Canada. They are partnering with WES, World Educational Services. They are partnering with WES to see things that they can do to make life easy for you as an internationally trained nurse. What are your complaints? What are those things that has posed difficulty for you? What are those things that has kept you in the cooler? What are those things that has been your challenges? Come out. Come out. If you want to register for this Zoom, please do. You still have time. Today is 21st. I have this on my TikTok, and I just thought I should do a full video because it's ridiculous to see people who have been nurses from their countries of originality. They were nurses 20, 30 years. Some of them were nurses 5 years. They experienced nurses who could actually help out with the nursing shortage. They are just stuck there being a CCA. Why? Is it because they don't want it? No, it's not because they don't want to be nurses. It's just because the system, the registration process, the system of registering as a nurse in Canada, as an internationally trained nurse, trying to integrate into Canada is almost like the head of a cow going through the eyes of a needle. It's almost impossible. So there are so many people. I have some colleagues, some of my colleagues who are from the Philippines. They've been like nurses for 10 years, some of them 15. And some of them have just moved to America. They've gone to America because in America, once you do your CFNS, you do your clarification, they ask you to write the NCLEX. Very straightforward. Somebody might say, oh, why didn't you go to America? Well, reasons best known to me. I'm just trying to say the reason why we are short of nurses in Canada and why we will continue to be short of nurses in Canada if we don't turn new leaf. Nurses are ready. International nurses are ready to come and help. We're thankful to Canada that has opened their doors to us, to come here and get better life. We appreciate that. But the thing is that it is not good for you to say, come, let's help you. And then people come, their dream and aspirations are being dashed. A lot of Filipino trained nurses at 6CA at my place of work and other places that have struggled, they are now migrating to America. Because America does not just make the system very, very easy for them. They also recognize their years of experience back home. Their years of experience back home is recognized, and they mark their payment up according to their years of experience. I don't know if it is doable in Canada. I'm just saying that if you are a nurse, an internationally trained nurse, and you're going through this stress, the Federation of Nurses want to hear you out. They want to hear your voice. They want to feel you. They want to listen to you. They want you to speak up so that you'll be able to tell them how they can help you. So we need nurses here in Canada. You are well needed. You were appreciated. So this is the reason why this video is being done today. Come out and attend this Zoom meeting. If you want to be registered, I'm going to put the email of the person that you have to contact somewhere so that you can contact the person and be registered. The registration is necessary, because when I applied, they replied me, I was acknowledged, and after the acknowledgement, I was sent some questions. They needed to know, why do I want to participate in this program? I'm an internationally trained nurse and all those stuff. So if you are interested in this, we still have few days. Please register. Go register, because a lot of nurses are drifting to America. A lot of nurses. America is making it very easy for nurses to be registered with them, and they are giving them fat salary, fat salary. They are giving them fat salary, and they are also acknowledging their previous work experience from their countries of originality. So I don't know if this is you. Again, please, if this is you, you need to be heard. So I'm sure, I don't know what they're going to be discussing, but my instinct tells me they probably want to say, oh, do we still need to do this WES verification for these people? Or should they just send the document to the school, to the colleges, and the colleges go ahead? Or do we still need NAMs? Do they need IELTS? Like all those things. So come out and speak up. If you're a nurse, internationally trained nurse, and you live in Alberta, you live in Manitoba, and you live in Saskatchewan, come out and speak up if you are having difficulty navigating the registration process in Canada. Again, I am saying, if you are internationally trained nurse and you reside in the Prairies provinces of Canada, again, the provinces that are the prairies are Alberta, Manitoba, and Saskatchewan. If you live in any of these provinces as an internationally trained nurse and you've been having problem registering as a nurse in Canada, navigating your path, to integrate into nursing in Canada, please do not hesitate to come and speak up. They want to hear your voice. You are the voice that can take you out of that cage, because coming here with anticipation, with the dream, the aspiration to become a nurse in this country, and then it's suddenly dashed because you can't go through the process, it's so difficult, can be very traumatizing. Psychologically, emotionally, and in all ramifications. How it feels, it doesn't feel well to be a CCA, to be a personal support worker in an hospital where you could have been the nurse. It is traumatizing. So please, come and voice your concerns. Come and make your suggestions. Let's see if they will hear us. They've called us. I've done my nursing. I've done my process. But I see the pains a lot of people are going through. I could just say, well, that's not my problem. That's not my headache. I've done I'm already a nurse now. But I know the pains I went through. I know the pains I went through at a time. College of Nursing of Ontario, they actually took me out of their register. They took me out of their register after several years. That story for another day. But what I'm saying is that I have been through there. I've been there. I went through the process. I knew how rigorous it was. I was almost giving in. But thank God for God that pushed me through. And I'm here to encourage somebody to push you through as God pushed me through. I'm that voice that is saying, get yourself together. I'm that voice that is saying, get yourself together. If you're an internationally trained nurse in Canada, get yourself together. Don't be discouraged by the pressure. Don't be discouraged and say, oh, I can't do it. Don't be discouraged by the length of time. Keep pushing. Keep pushing through. And one day, like I skate through, you will skate through. I don't have more than one head. This is just my head. I don't have more than two eyes. These are my eyes. My mouth is just the same. So I'm sure You were also created in God's image. You were created in his likeness. You are just like me. So the only thing that is the difference between you and me now probably be the ability to push on and persevere. So come, as we've been called to come and make our voices heard. Come. It is the World Educational Services and the Canadian Federation of Nurses that is calling us to come and hear our voices, to come and make our concerns known, and to come and let them know how they can help us as an internationally trained nurse. So if you are in the process, come. If you are just thinking of being in the process, come. If you think you want to, oh, I'm going to come to Canada, well, I don't know if you can come, but if you actually live in these 3 provinces and you are not struggling, please come. Come. I will be looking out for you on that day. I will be right there on the Zoom. I'll be right there. I promise you. So if this has helped you, please do not hesitate to like, watch my videos, put your notification button on, subscribe to my video, so that if any information like this drops, you'll be able to be the first to hear. And another thing it does is that it's just a way of encouraging me. Like these researches I make, I don't be anybody for it. It's just a passion for me, So please like, share, subscribe, put on your notification button and watch. So I wish you all the best, and I want to encourage you, don't give up on yourself. Hold on there and you'll be fine. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. It's me, Precious. Bye. Ijo alayo komole o, dada.